few nights ago, we were watching the Bolt report we'd seen, and it's created a lot of conversation where you condemn those in the right that are waging war on Islam.
On the entire religion, yes. I mean, it's nuts. I mean, you can do it if you want, but you'll lose. Look. We have a massive problem right across the West with Islamism. I could take you right now to parts of Paris, parts of Brussels that are now unrecognisable as Western cities.
I've been there and I've seen it. I've served in the Middle East, and I understand what you're talking about. Yeah. I guess what people are asking is, the only reason we're not going to get into that battle is because we're going to lose, or because it's wrong?
Morally it's wrong, and we're going to lose. Look, the vast majority of Muslims living in Western countries are settled, are integrating. Then you find the ghettos where they're not even learning English. It's a disaster, and that extreme culture is flourishing. Let's fight Islamism. Let's fight the bad guys. Let's be a lot more robust about our Judeo-Christian culture. Let's stop practices like FGM being carried out wholesale. Listen, I'm not weak on this. I'm tough on this. But if this descends into a battle of hatreds,
absolutely,
history teaches us the ending will be very bad indeed.
Can I ask you straight, do you think Islam is compatible, Islam itself, the ideology, is it compatible with Western values or not?
Is the Old Testament compatible with Western values? I mean, you could ask that question, actually, of every religion. It is, of course, about interpretation.
Absolutely, I agree.
There are latter parts of the Quran that are troubling, but do you know something? In 21st century world, there are earlier parts of the Bible that are troubling. This is about interpretation. Do I think there is hope that we can get the vast majority of Muslims on our side against the bad guys? That is what we absolutely must do.
Can I put it to you, last comment, because I know I'm getting in trouble, last comment, because somebody who's served in the Middle East and has seen it close up, the problem is that I see, and many see, is that Christianity, Judaism, they went through reformations. The problem in Islam is that the Quran is the word of God, can be unchanged. Muhammad was the perfect man. Every Muslim must emulate and be him. He married a 6-year-old. He killed 600 Jews. How do we reform that when they say he is the perfect man? He's not Jesus.
I think there is a strong argument for reformation to go on within that religion. I wouldn't argue against that at all. But believe me, we've got to box clever on this. We've got to get this right. We must not encourage religious hatred between different religions and indeed between different races. We've got to get this right. We must uphold our principles, our culture, our heritage.
But do you think that's possible? Do you think it's possible to...
Well, if it's not, we've lost.
Well, maybe fighting it is the answer.
What? So how many will you kill?
That's the question. That's the question.
No, I'm asking you a question. What are you going to do, kill them all?
I don't. Absolutely, I'm not pro-genocide. I personally believe that when you say moderate Islam, often I hear you talk about the moderates. Define moderates. There is one Islam.
I meet them every single... I think you're missing the trick here. I think you are saying that everybody that's Islamic is, hard line on the religion. The vast majority are not. The vast majority of people of Islamic faith living in Britain are pretty well integrated into our society. I had lots of them vote for me.
And I would argue they're not Muslim. They're Muslim by identifying as Muslim, like I identify as a Jew. But they're not Muslim by faith. You either believe Muhammad is the perfect man or not.
Then you would say that every Christian hates all homosexuals. Thank you.
I don't see, don't cut it. I don't see Christians blowing up buildings. It's Islam that's the problem.